The implementation overview. The spelling intervention for Year 5. How we set up the evaluation. The first thing we ask you to do is identify a group of target learners. The system will then randomly allocate these to the intervention and then the control group. We'll then complete the pre-assessment spelling test with both groups. The intervention will then receive this for the next 6 weeks, and then the control group will continue as business as normal. Both groups will then complete the post-assessment test, which is the same as the pre. And then once the platform has analysed the data, you'll then be able to decide if you're going to open this up to the control group to use. So let's look at this from a step-by-step approach. Step 1. Identify a group of learners to participate in the evaluation from the same year group. Step 2. Identify 50 challenging words from the National Curriculum Guidance. These will be introduced by 10 new spellings over 5 weeks. Select 20 words to use as the pre- and post-assessment task. In the 6th week will be a consolidation one. Please note that the number of words depends on your school's expectations for the number of words taught per week. The minimum is 10 words per week, and this will create a list of 50 words for 5 weeks, with the final week as a consolidation. Whilst we advise that you use the DFE spellings, you can use different spellings as these are from your school's existing schemes of work, and you follow the same process. E.g., a minimum of 50 words are selected, with 20 of these words being used for the pre- and post-assessment task. Step 3. Using the trial wizard on the What Would Teachers platform, randomly assign the learners to the intervention and control group. Moving on to the implementation stage. Step 4. Complete the pre-assessment spelling test with both the intervention and control groups. Record the marks in the Excel tracker, which is located in the resource folder, and input these into the pre-test on the trial wizard. Step 5. For the intervention group, deliver the targeted intervention. This variation of the look, say, cover, write, check incrementally introduces the words in short sessions throughout the week. The control group will continue with business as usual for the duration of the trial. Step 6. Complete the post-assessment spelling test, which is the same as the pre, to both the intervention and the control group. Record the marks on your Excel tracker, which is saying the one you download from the resource folder, and input this into the post-test on the trial wizard. So the target group focuses on Year 5 pupils. The delivery is delivered by a teaching assistant or teacher in small groups and can be set as homework. This variation of the look, say, cover, write, check incrementally introduces the words in short sessions throughout the week, and each session will take approximately 5 to 10 minutes. So the intervention uses the look, say, cover, write, check, which is a method of learning spelling where children study a word, say the word aloud clearly, pay attention to the spelling, cover it up with a piece of paper or their hand, write the spelling next to the original word, check their version to see if they got it right, write the correct spelling again if necessary. This version of the strategy emphasizes reading and saying the word aloud to help connect the written and spoken word. So how to select the spellings. So the DFE Primary National Curriculum includes guidance on the expected spellings for Year 5. Please use this to create a list of 50 words that you will select for the intervention. If you already have your spellings decided in your scheme and these align with the DFE, this is fine. Each week, the learners will practice at least 10 new spellings using the look, say, cover, write, check strategy with a teaching assistant in small groups. The resource folder. This includes a step-by-step guide. It also includes an assessment guidance as well as a template. In here, you will also find a tracking spreadsheet, and this allows you to link an anonymized learner ID on our system to a student in your class. So key considerations. Logistic issues need to be considered before using a targeted spelling strategy, such as time. Is there a suitable time of the day for this to be delivered? Is there a suitable location? Reminders on the day so that the learners can be reminded about the session. Resources, do you need to print off any templates in advance? And then rewards, will you link any rewards in your school to the intervention? So logistical barriers are common in any intervention delivered in schools, so it's just important to consider these prior to starting. And finally, the assessment. We include an assessment guidance sheet in the resource folder but the outcome measure is attainment defined by the pre and post spelling test. The assessment is marked out of 20 and is the same for both the pre and the post assessment. As both the control and the intervention groups receive the same assessment, familiarity with this should not bias the effect size. And some guidance, please complete this under test conditions, allow approximately 10 to 15 minutes, provide an example of the word in a sentence for context for each spelling, and then just make sure you record your pre and post assessment scores on your tracking spreadsheet. So that's the end of the guidance. The next thing to do is to download your research protocol, your resource folder, and then move on to the trial wizard.